Bing bong, Rangers win. Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about game 29 of the regular season where the Rangers win 3-2 over the Arizona Coyotes. Now, I can hear what you're saying. Well, that wasn't exactly the most convincing win now, was it, Weston? Wow, I'm looking really hard to see who asked. Look, after losing back-to-back games, and also 3 of the last 4, and the only win in those 4 was a 1-goal win against Buffalo, I'm not really going to complain about a win. It's a little terrifying that our last 2 wins have been 1-goal victories over 2 of the worst teams in the National Hockey League, but you know what? Who even cares? Kakko had a pair, Mika scored a beaut. Let's just, you know what? Good vibes. Good vibes for the video, guys. It's okay. But before we can get to said good vibes, we got to talk about a bad vibe, which is how the game started. Rangers do not score first. We do get a power play relatively early on. However, on the power play, Louis Eriksson scores shorthanded for, and I'm so sad that they read this statistic aloud and proclaimed it to the world, which was the first shorthanded goal on the year for the Arizona Coyotes. Thanks, I hate it. Okay, so tonight we have Kincaid in net, right? And this goal, I have a really hard time being super mad at him. He stopped it initially. It just trickled on through. Not a great goal to allow. I'm not particularly upset. The defense, once again, was not great. There was a play, I want to say it was like midway through the 3rd period with Nemeth and Hayek on, and someone almost ditzeled both of them. Not almost. They ditzeled both of them to spin around, and nearly both of them fall into our goaltender. Luckily, nothing was scored on that much. You know, they didn't score on that, but, you know, the defense was not good tonight. However, the next thing we get to talk about is good vibes. Rangers score in the 2nd period about halfway through. Mika takes the puck into the offensive zone. He passes one out to center ice for Chris Kreider. He can't quite handle it. He moves about parallel with the net. He passes back out into a face-off circle for Mika Zibanejad. He takes a shot on goal. It is stopped, but the deflection trickles on past him to his right. Kaapo Kakko is waiting there, just hoping to pounce on a puck. He does. He scores his 4th of the year, a pretty nice goal. Just a nice sequence overall by the Rangers. One thing that this line particularly does, I feel very well, is not panic. There have been quite a few goals scored this year by this line, our top line, where it doesn't quite work out at first, right? They do something wrong. They can't quite handle the puck. And instead of freaking out and just trying to get a bad shot off on goal, Kreider or Mika, usually those two because they're the veteran players, not Kakko because he's still very young, will just sort of settle the puck, they'll calm down, they'll collect themselves, and get a quality shot on goal. They don't always score, but quite often they get quality shots. This was more than a quality shot. It was a goal to tie it at 1 apiece. However, the next goal that was scored was about halfway through the 3rd period, and it was for the Coyotes. This would make it a 2-0 game on their power play. Now, what happened here that went wrong? Well, I mean, something that happened, you know, wasn't good by the Rangers, but it was sort of a game of pick your poison. This is the thing about being on a penalty kill. Neat thing, the other team has 5 players and you have 4. It's a real crying shame. If only there was a way to get around that, oh wait, not take penalty. So what happened here is Keandre Miller's taking his man into the corner. However, he plays it out, and Trouba now has to pick his poison. He has a man that has a good, clear, wide-open shot directly in front of Keith Kincaid. He can go towards him and hope that if he can stop him from getting a shot off on net, he can also block a pass attempt, or he can just jar the puck loose. And I'm not particularly mad at anyone on this play. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice for Trouba to have broken it up. Certainly, it would have been nice for Kincaid to get a stop, but in this moment, it was essentially a 2-on-1 situation where, again, Trouba really just had to pick which shot do I want to try to stop. I suppose he potentially picked wrong. Who's to say? Clayton Keller gets it. He puts a pretty nice backhander on and scores to make it a 2-1 game. And now the Rangers in the 3rd period have to play comeback to score and retake the lead, and then maybe more if they want to actually win the game, not in overtime. So the Rangers would score again to tie it with about 6 minutes left in the 3rd period. How did this happen? So Rangers have it in the offensive zone on a power play. Mika Zibanejad has it. He passes back to Adam Fox along the blue line. Fox then just touches it back to Mika Zibanejad, who's sitting around the end of the face-off circle, the outer circle that's closest to the blue line, and just kind of is looking at the net and then just snipes it. There's no pretense here. There was no deflection. There was a little bit of a screen by Chris Kreider, but this was just an absolute snipe by Mika Zibanejad, who looked great tonight. This was an absolute beaut for his 6th of the year, and the Rangers tie it at 2 apiece, which, positive, Rangers would come back twice to tie the game and would eventually win. Downside, it's against the worst team in the National Hockey League, and I'm kind of upset that we had to come back in the first place. You know, good vibes only, we won the game. Happy thoughts. Anyway, next goal. So, the Rangers on another power play score to take the 3-2 lead, which would be the final score. Now, Mika Zibanejad nor Adam Fox got assists on this goal, which is a bit of a shame because both of them had quite a bit to do with it. Mika Zibanejad by simply existing and being good after that snipe earlier in the game, and Adam Fox by realizing he could completely eliminate a few players from the play. So, Rangers are passing it around in the offensive zone. Fox takes it from more or less the left side of the ice, if you're looking from the goaltender's perspective, and then starts to head towards the right. The Arizona Coyotes kind of get terrified because Fox has a nasty shot and would like to not get beat by that. They're already tailing Mika, and, you know, that's a pretty good shot as well. Ryan Strome recently has debuted his beautiful slapper, so the second Fox passes it back to Ryan Strome after he started to shade towards the right, Strome starts to have a bit of a wide-open shooting lane. One of the Coyote defenders immediately rushes to try to cut off that shot, and because Fox already took one man, there's another man now gunning for Strome, and they're already shadowing Mika Zibanejad. It essentially becomes a 2-on-1 directly in front of the net at point-blank range with Chris Kreider and Capo Caco. Chris Kreider with a gorgeous pass over to Capo Caco directly in front, a beautiful put-in by Capo Caco, and the Rangers score to make it a 3-2 game. What a beautiful play. What a beautiful passing sequence. Just, oh, so good on that one by the New York Rangers. And that was it. A 3-2 score is how it would end. The Rangers win to snap a 2-game losing streak. Pretty solid game by the Rangers in the sense of like, yeah, we outplayed them. We won the game. Would have liked it to be a little bit more convincing than that, if I'm being honest, but I'm not going to complain too badly. We won. I'm happy. There was some stuff after the game because the Rangers just love getting into after-game fights. Phil Kessel and Ryan Lindgren went after each other, and they got into a fight. And the hot dog man himself, Phil Kessel, ended up kind of cleaning Lindgren's clock on that fight, which is shocking. Trouba threw a guy down. People keep trying to smoke the Trouba pack, and it just is not working out for them. He didn't get into a fight, but he was challenged a few times tonight, and they were just like, you know, the refs kind of can see the writing on the wall. And they're like, we don't want another man dead, so just stop, Trouba. Everyone separate. Everyone separate. And I mean, the Rangers win. Let's just good vibes. However, on a not so good vibe, Artemi Panarin left the game relatively early on. I want to say he had less than he did not have much time on ice. 7 minutes flat, and then he was taken out, which was a bit of a hindrance because we already lost Hedl going into the game. So that was not great because at that point you were down 2 of your top 9 forwards, and it was kind of rough. There's no... I'm going to check really quickly to see if there is any word on Artemi Panarin now that I think about it. No word yet on Artemi Panarin. If anything changes, I will try to throw it into the video or pin the comment. Now, who played well tonight? Let's play that Nito Spaghetto game. Jacob Trouba. Couple of hits, couple of block shots. I thought he had a nice evening. Couple of shots on goal as well. Alexis Lafreniere, I thought had a very nice night. Again, kind of, you know, played a decent amount tonight. Actually, had 17 minutes on ice, mostly because of injuries. But I'd like to see Laffy get some more time. I thought he played really well tonight. There was I want to say it was one of the... It was in the first period towards the end of the first period, on a shift where he just punked and bullied a man off the puck, stole it from him. It was a beautiful takeaway. He had a hit tonight. He had a shot on goal. He was third in the team in expected goals for on Money Puck. He had a nice evening, I thought, for Alexis Lafreniere. People keep talking about Lafreniere and Kakko like they are already busts, and all I can think of is, guys, neither of them are... They're both just so ridiculously young. Neither of them can legally drink. Give them a little bit more time. Lafreniere has played one shortened season with COVID, and Kako played a shortened season with COVID in his rookie year, a shortened season with COVID in his second year, and now is in his first, hopefully, full season. Be patient. And Kako was great tonight, and I thought Laffy was also pretty darn good. Julien Gauthier is physical as always. Shocker there. Ryan Strome had a couple of shots on goal. Kreider with a few beautiful assists. Fox, shocker, had an assist. I mean, Fox is a point machine. What do you expect from that? Mika Zibanejad, I thought, played really well tonight. Nice assist. Beautiful goal. Quite a few shots on goal as well. 4 of them. Mika's going to start heating up, guys. I know I sound like a psychopath when I keep saying that, but it's going to happen very soon. It's just, ice is just going to break underneath him, but in a good way, not in like a drown to the bottom of a frozen lake way. Why don't I even feel the need to say that? Sleep deprivation. It makes everything funny. Anyway, along with that, Keith Kincaid, in his season's debut, I thought played really well. 29 to 31, stopped. He looked good. The first goal, again, he kind of almost stopped. I'm not super upset about that one, and the second one was a pick your poison goal for Jacob Trouba, and Keith Kincaid was sort of collateral damage on it. I'm not upset with how he played. I thought he was okay. Again, for a third goalie to do this and actually give you a real shot to win by only allowing 2 goals, that's all you can hope for your third string goaltender. That is wonderful that we kept it as close, that he did as good as he did. And the fact that we won, awesome. I like Keith Kincaid. I thought his pads were awesome. The Mike Richter homage is just super cool to see. I love the stylization of those. And the Rangers actually win. It was not as convincing as you would have liked, certainly for me, but I don't even care. We got the victory. That's what's important, and we had a great game from Kako and Mika Zibanejad, which are 2 guys who have been kind of getting a little bit quiet the past few games. So, that was it. We play Friday against Las Vegas. There is the whisperings that maybe Igor Shesterkin will be back to play on Friday's game, which, boy, oh boy, we hope so. I've been missing me some Shesty action. That is at 7 p.m. It's in Madison Square Garden. Back home for the Rangers. Vegas Golden Knights coming out. Should be a good game, hopefully. If we have Igor and Panarin back, it should be very good. Anyway, I will be here afterwards to talk about it. And that is all I have for tonight. So, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, go Rangers.